Think you know 1979 rock? Think again. These aren't your usual greatest hits. We're diving deep into 12 forgotten rock and roll tracks that shaped the year. From raw punk energy to soulful classics you've probably never heard. Get ready to rediscover the hidden gems of '79, one track at a time. I remember the first time I heard Death Disco. It hit me like nothing else in 1979. The moment the bass line kicked in, I felt it deep in my chest, like a heartbeat gone sideways. This wasn't your normal rock song. It wasn't polished. It wasn't predictable. John Lydon's voice carried anger and sadness all at once, twisting through the jagged experimental guitar and off-kilter drums. Back then, most of my friends were listening to radio-friendly rock, the kind with catchy choruses and familiar riffs. But this was raw, edgy, and unapologetically different. I felt like I was stepping into a new world where rock could be rebellious in ways I didn't even know existed. It's a song that demanded attention, and every time I played it, I felt like I was discovering something no one else could understand, but everyone needed to hear. Then there was Machine Gun Etiquette. Man, that track was a shock to the system. It was fast, furious, and utterly untamed. I remember seeing the energy it carried on vinyl, and it felt like the band had bottled up every ounce of anger and chaos in London and poured it into 4 minutes of pure punk rock adrenaline. The drums fired off like gunshots, the guitars screamed, and the vocals cut through with this dark, rebellious force. Listening to it, I felt invincible, almost like the song was daring me to break some rules, or maybe just my own limits. It wasn't just music. It was an experience, and for anyone who thought rock had lost its bite, the Damned reminded us that it hadn't gone anywhere. Bop Till You Drop hit me differently. This one was smooth, almost like sliding into a different kind of rock. Ry Cooder's guitar work was incredible. Every note felt deliberate, almost conversational. I didn't realize at first that it was part of the first digitally recorded album, but the clarity was stunning. It was like hearing every string, every pluck, every subtle harmony for the first time. The song carried a kind of joy, a playful energy that made me want to move. But it also had this rootsy authenticity that grounded it. It reminded me that rock wasn't just about speed or volume. It could be precise, thoughtful, and still make you feel alive in ways you didn't expect. Standing around that station. Then there's Thanks, I'll Eat It Here. I can't even describe how soulful this song felt the first time it played. Lowell George's voice, soft, almost weary, pulled you into a world that was quiet but full of emotion. Oh, that Louisiana railroad is the line out. It's the kind of song where you can hear every small inflection in the guitar, every subtle drum hit, and it all comes together to tell a story that hits harder than any screaming solo. Waiting for the daylight, but it's not on time. No behind. I remember sitting there just soaking it in and thinking about the contrast. The year was full of loud, brash rockers, but here was this understated gem that whispered to you, and somehow that whisper stayed in your mind long after the song ended. I I still remember the first time Repeat When Necessary spun on my record player. Dave Edmunds had this way of making pub rock feel alive, like you were sitting in a smoky little bar in London, watching him and his band play for the first time.
It's a more or less situation. The word up on everyone's lipstick that you're dedicated.
The guitar riffs were crisp, tight, and perfectly structured, but the song carried a relaxed swagger that made it impossible not to tap your foot. Back in '79, this track didn't dominate the charts the way bigger bands did, but for anyone who caught it, it felt like finding a secret in plain sight. There was something almost mischievous about it, like Edmunds was winking at us, reminding us that rock could be fun, stylish, and effortlessly cool all at once. Then there was Driver's Seat. I can still feel the mood of that song creeping over me the first time I heard it. It wasn't shouting at you like punk or hard rock. It was subtler, moody, almost cinematic. The melody had a kind of melancholy that stuck, and yet it had this forward push that made you want to move along with it. Listening to it, I felt like I was driving through city streets late at night, lights reflecting off wet asphalt, everything moving in rhythm with that beat.
On troublous drive, I don't know the way you got to move to the trick of the beat. There is no relief.
At the time, I don't think anyone realized how timeless it would become, how it could sneak into your head and linger there for decades. It was underrated, yes, but it had a soul that louder, flashier songs just couldn't match.
Dirty white boy, yeah, dirty white boy, dirty white boy, dirty white boy, dirty white.
Then came Dirty White Boy. From the first crunchy guitar chord, you knew this was different. Lou Gramm's voice cut through with raw power, gritty and fearless, and the rhythm carried that steady, driving force that made you want to throw yourself into the music.
Don't drive no big black car.
What made this song special was how it drew from Elvis-inspired swagger and fused it with modern hard rock energy. Back then, while everyone was chasing pop hooks, this song dared to be just a little rougher, a little more dangerous.
Don't like no Hollywood movie star.
Listening to it today, you can still feel that confidence, that edge. It's rock at its most unpolished, and somehow that makes it feel even more alive.
Hey, Rocklore community. Before we continue, let's have a real talk for a second, bro. You know, this isn't just a channel to us. And I hope it's not just a place you come to watch a video and then forget about it. This is a community. It's a place where we get to dig up the secrets of rock and roll, share our favorite riffs, and celebrate the artists who maybe didn't get the love they deserved. Right now, only about 1% of our viewers are subscribed. We can change that together and grow this community. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on. When you do, you're not just helping a channel grow, you're becoming a member of the Rocklore family. You're signaling to us and to YouTube that these stories matter, that this music is worth preserving, and that this community is a place you want to be. Subscribing is your way of making sure you're always in the loop. It means you'll be the first to know when we unearth a forgotten legend, drop a new countdown, or dive into a piece of rock history you've never heard before. So if you're a true fan of the lore, if you get that same feeling of discovery that I do, then come join us. It takes 1 second to be a part of something bigger.
And then, just when you thought you'd heard everything Kiss could do, Sure Know Something arrived. This wasn't the stomping, pyrotechnic Kiss we were used to. It was disco-tinged hard rock, smooth and moody, with a seductive groove that snuck up on you.
All alone, I was hypnotized, I felt paralyzed. Just a dream, I was mesmerized, I felt scared inside.
I remember sitting in my room, spinning the record over and over, captivated by how catchy it was, yet different from anything else in their catalog.
And I sure know something wrong. I was sad.
It was a hidden gem on Dynasty, and for anyone paying attention, it was a reminder that even a band known for spectacle could surprise you with subtlety, emotion, and undeniable melody. I remember sitting in my bedroom the first time Switchboard Susan came on the radio. It wasn't loud or flashy, but it had this infectious groove that hooked me immediately. Nick Lowe's voice had a playful edge, almost like he was telling a story just to me, and the guitar work was tight, punchy, and clever. The lyrics were witty, smart, and full of personality. It felt like a small secret hidden in plain sight. In 1979, while everyone else was chasing the biggest hits, this song was quietly brilliant.
Switchboard Susan, get me off the hook. Give me one more chance. She's a greater.
Every time I played it, I felt like I'd stumbled onto something special, a track that deserved more attention than it ever got. It was rock and roll with brains and heart, wrapped up in a melody that refused to leave your head. Then there was Hold On, and I'll never forget the first time that soaring chorus hit me. Triumph had this way of blending hard rock power with melodies that made you want to sing along. The guitars screamed with energy, and the vocals were strong, emotive, almost pleading, but in the best way possible. Listening to it in 1979, it felt like the kind of song that could inspire you to do something bold, even if it was just standing up in your room and rocking out. Despite its power, it didn't get the massive recognition it deserved back then, which made discovering it feel like uncovering a secret treasure in the world of rock.
I wanna make you mine, won't you lay it on the...
Lay It on the Line followed, and it hit differently. The first riff grabbed me instantly, and I remember thinking, this is a band firing on all cylinders. The anthem-like quality of the song made it impossible not to get swept up in the momentum. Every instrument had its moment, but it was the way the vocals and harmonies carried the song forward that really stuck with me. Back then, it felt like Triumph had poured everything into this track, and yet somehow it remained one of those hidden gems that people who didn't dig deeper would overlook. I still get chills hearing it today, remembering how alive and raw it felt the first time it played.
That kind of music just stop lose the soul. Get me to go. I reminisce about playing old time rock and roll.
And finally, the song that has stood the test of time, Old Time Rock and Roll. I remember its first spin on my turntable. Nothing about it screamed hit, not compared to all the other flashy tracks of '79. But from the very first chord, it grabbed me. Seeger's voice carried this raw authenticity that just made you want to sing along, tap your feet, and feel like you were part of something timeless. The lyrics spoke to something universal, the joy of music, the nostalgia for simpler times, and even back then, it had that magical ability to make you smile without trying too hard.
Old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll.
It wasn't the biggest hit of the year, but over time, it became a defining classic. The kind of song that reminds you why rock and roll will never die. I still play it now, and it feels just as alive as it did the first time I heard it. The journey doesn't end here. Rock Warrior, watch this next.